Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, based on the time zones you all are coming from. My name is Sharan. By qualification, I'm an MBA finance professional with more than 10 years of work experience. Before we move ahead, I'd just like to introduce Edureka Master Class. So Edureka, they keep organizing these webinars, etc. So these events, just a similar one like this, wherein you can get to understand, what all are the upcoming events. So you can just explore this, to browse through Edureka website and register for yourself. So you just click join group, and once you join group, it just ask you some details and login, wherein it will keep sending you notifications, and you will be regularly updated with regards to the latest trainings at Edureka. This will be basically the framework of the session you'll be attending today. So first, it's just introduction to Tableau, features in Tableau, use cases, and building charts in Tableau. Got it? So there we go. So first, so what is actually Tableau? So I'll just help you understand why, what, and how of Tableau. Got it? So Tableau is basically a data visualization tool. So what it does is it helps to create charts, and it just creates some very smart visualization insights. Okay, in a picture and visualization form, it is very insightful, and the basic objective of the output of what comes from Tableau is that it helps an end user to take smart decisions. So that's why it's called business intelligence. Fine. So it just gives a quick idea. What does it do? It just gives a quick idea to the end user to take faster and quicker decisions. Fine. And of course, yes. So with regards to Tableau, when we come, it is more of analyze and visualize. Okay, rather than just sitting and studying data. So people who are already working, they would definitely understand that nowadays. I mean, it's been a while that still, in spite of all the digitalization taking place, a lot of teams in many organizations, they are still running the teams as an Excel and PPT factory, isn't it? Let me help you understand why exclusively Tableau. Because for smart solutions, right, for your daily routine tasks. So as I've just told you that nowadays in offices, what has been happening is what is so. Let me take you, before Tableau, what was there? So before Tableau, everyone predominantly used to rely only on Excel and PPT, right? So that was the main source. So whether you need to generate reports, right? So you need to prepare on Excel, create charts, then copy paste that chart again into PPT. So a lot of manual work. There used to be literally a lot of manual work, which was becoming very tedious. So you understand that for every work that you do, you are being billed. So it was an absolute redundant waste of time. And even after creating the charts on Excel and presenting on PPT, you will also have to email to say your manager and keep copy, your senior manager, etc. So all these things on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Apart from that, even emailing also. So please find attached, the report. So the moment actually Tableau has come in place, so it just replaces everything just by click of button. Okay, so just imagine the amount of time and effort it's going to save. So you just upload the data to in whatever source you receive. Okay, you upload the data into Tableau, and it just does everything. In fact, as a matter of fact, 2 or 3 years before, right? So when I joined Dell, what I've done was I just enrolled somewhere, and I went through a Tableau course, just for a week. I think it will be just be some 24 hours or so every day, 4 hours. And by the end of that, incidentally, I got a call from Dell, right? And I just went, and so the last round was the managing director round, and he said, "See, Charan, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Okay, just keep aside the resume and what do you bring to the table?" And I had this value proposition to make. I was just fresh, from attending the Tableau class, and I said, "Sir, the number of hours, that goes into, people creating PPTs and Excel, and again mailing, all that, I can just do it with the help of Tableau, replace everything." And he just asked, just one or two questions like, so even when you're saying when you can help us automate the reports, will it also send the emails to everyone? I said, yes. You just give me the list of all the email IDs of all the stakeholders involved with us. And he said, okay, fine. We'll get back to you on this. There are a couple of more people also we are interviewing for the post. And just 4 to 5 hours after I've done with the interview, the HR said, "Charan, you're on board." And so that's what people are looking at. And I know companies like Ernst & Young, right? And number of big four audit firms, they have kept in their organization goals itself that for the next 3 to 4 years, digitization is what we are looking for. Fine. So there is huge scope, be it with regards to Power BI or Tableau, right? Both of the businesses. So there is lot of scope. So we have made a wise decision actually, coming here. Fine. So that is with regards to just a brief introduction with regards to what Tableau is. Now let's have a look at what is the Tableau infrastructure. Okay, sorry, architecture. Okay, so coming to Tableau architecture, so we have a list of data sources. So unlike maybe Excel where we have only maybe 15 or 20, Tableau you have 70 sources of data that you can connect to and you can import from, right? So you can extract from SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, and then present it to readers, then Oracle, Teradata, fine. So this is very self-explanatory, the Tableau architecture. Now next, what will come here is features of Tableau. So this is something that I've already briefed you about. Of course, the first thing is, right, it has amazing data visualization, and then quality customer support, and then we have easy implementation. So ease of use is a very highly rated ease of use. So data source integration, as I just showed you in the before slide, we have 77 sources of data from which we can integrate from. Then this is something that is very handy. It can be downloaded on the mobile also and used. And of course, the USP is that we have a very rich online community using Tableau on a daily basis. Fine. Now let's come to generated fields in Tableau. What all are the fields that are generated? So measure values, number of records. Okay. Now let me take you to Tableau desktop. Fine. So this, you just go to tableau.com .support releases and fine. So here you find different versions of Tableau. Got it? So each version you get a free trial for 14 days. Now say if you're new to Tableau, you can just say maybe install 2019.2 version. So this was released on March 23rd. Okay, fine. Yeah. So maybe you can just use 2019.2 2.1. So this gives you 14 days of trial. Then once this is done, you can just again upgrade to this. And once again 14 days, then again you can upgrade to this. Fine. So in this way, it gives 14 days free trial. It has complete access. So these are just the formalities that we'll have to do as well as pay. Got it? Fine. Now let's come to the actual Tableau versus maybe an Excel sheet. So let's compare these two. Fine. So if I have to compare Tableau desktop versus Excel, as I just told before, repetitive work. Right? So in Excel, the work is repetitive, whereas Tableau it can be automated. And the kind of charts in Excel are 20 plus, whereas in Tableau it is more than 200. And data connection, and also it is Tableau desktop has 77 sources of data from which you can connect. I'll just share with you a simple sample superstore data. Fine. So this is a sample superstore data. Fine. So this is basically, it has all the column headings. You see, it has a column headings. Now let's just convert this into a pivot or a table form. Right. And just insert this into a tabular. So what do you see here? Right. So you see columns, values, and filters, isn't it? In the Excel. So similarly, Tableau also has a similar thing. So what you do is, okay, as see here, there are 77 sources. So maybe you can just click on Microsoft Excel and just open this worksheet. I already have it open. It could duplicate, and once it is open, fine, you just link it, and this is the source you get. Got it? Okay, now maybe let me go to a blank screen. Fine. So let me show you the Excel. Yeah. So as you see right here, what does this pivot table have in Excel? It has columns, it has rows, and it has filters, and of course values is also there. Columns, rows, and filters. And now when you come to Tableau, what does Tableau have? Columns. Okay, let me use a pen. What does Tableau have? Columns, rows, and then filters, isn't it? What Tableau has actually cleverly done is that these columns, right, all the column headings are here. So Tableau has very intelligently segregated this column headings into two things. So you see here measures. you have measures. So measures are quantitative values. You see discount, profit, quantity, sales, and here they are dimensions. You see location, country, state, right? Of course, these measures are when I say quantitative, it is bearing with some exceptions, and even when I say tables or this dimensions here also, this is with regards to bearing with some exceptions. So this is quantitative, this is non-quantitative. Got it? Now let's see how we can maybe just start doing something on Excel, or I mean something that we have imported from Excel. Let's see how we can do it on Tableau. Fine. So these are the different kinds of charts you could come across. Let's get on to hands-on. Okay. Yeah, we'll get started now. So first, let's have a look at what a column chart is and what is it. See, column chart is basically used to show comparison between say two items. Okay, so let me open a blank workbook. Right? Yeah. So how do we go about doing this? Is when you just say open the workbook, right? Now here, if you see, we have in the columns we have sales, and in the rows we have subcategory. But how do you get it? Okay, so that's something that I will show you right away. So let's take sales and keep it as column heading, fine. And let's take subcategory and keep it as rows. Got it? Fine. So what does this tell you? That all the subcategories that are there, or maybe I can just run you once more to all the column headings, so that that will help. So what we have row ID, order date on which the products have been ordered, then ship date, then mode of shipment, customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, postal code, region, subcategories, then product names within the subcategories, quantity, ordered, what is the absolute sales amount, discount, and then profit. Got it? Now you see that all the subcategory column are there in the columns list. Fine. Now we see here that we are not able to make out, even though it is there in the x-axis and the y-axis. So what you do is basically take sales and just see there is this labels here. Fine. So you just so when you take the sales and put it on the labels, I just do that once more for people who are not able to follow. So when you take sales and keep it at labels, immediately all the labels come here. Fine. Now maybe at a glance you'll be able to see that the phones is the highest sales, but this is going to take effort, right? When you say phones is the highest sales, so what you do is you can sort this in ascending or descending order. One way to sort, of course, is go to the icon that is here and directly say descending order. So what comes? Phone stays, right? So all the subcategories come here. Or if you want to do it in the ascending order, you can just do this way. Fine. So by this it comes ascending. Now what happens is, okay. Now as you see, yeah, another alternative could be this way also. Fine. So now you see the sales is here. So what you do is you just press this way, and again comes in descending, and again here it comes this ascending. Fine. And now it comes back to normal. Now if you see here that I'm not able to read the names of a good number of subcategories, say access, applications, and all these things, etc. Right? So what you do is, so this is column chart. Now let me help you understand how do you do a bar chart. Fine, because you are not able to read, right? Just take out this, say remove, and again remove. Now let me add a fresh. Fine. Now take sales and put it in rows. That's what we have done before. So what we do now is put it in the columns, and then take subcategory and then put it in rows. Fine. Now you're able to see all the names. Yeah, I just this so default view was standard view. So I just kept it as an entire view so that we are able to see all the things. So now we are able to see, right, all the headings of subcategories. Right. So similarly here also, as I told before, okay, you can again arrange them in. Someone has a doubt. So you can again arrange them in ascending and descending order, as I thought before. Fine. Yeah. So now again this is in ascending order of sales. Now what's interesting here is that I've only shown you ascending and descending. But now say it from, so this is a bar chart. Right, sorry, this is a bar chart. Now what if we want to click and make a bar chart a column chart? So here you see an icon, swap rows and columns. Now you see immediately it has become a column chart. Got it? Yeah. And again, you swap back, it has become a bar chart. Now again, as I told you, you just take sales and put it on labels. You'll get all the labels. You know what it is. Got it? Fine. Now next, let's remove them and work again. Now let's come to understand what is actually a stack column chart. Okay, stack column chart, as written, is used to show comparison between items and showing composition of each item. Now let's again create this and keep, say, categories in columns. Fine. Let's take categories and keep it in columns. Fine. Sorry. Yeah. And keep sales in rows. Got it? What is happening here? Now we are able to see which category: furniture, office supplies, or technologies. Okay, now let me take sales and put it on labels. Is giving the highest, right? So you say that technology is actually contributing more, to the sales, because it is 8,36,154, isn't it? Now, if you want to see among the regions like north, east, west, or south, what is the composition of all these things? So what you do is we have region here. There is region. Yeah, you just take region, and there is color. You see here. You just put it on colors, and now you get a breakup. Fine. Between each region, what is the contribution? Now you click on central, right? So you'll come to know, that central furniture, office supplies, this is what the contribution is. Now you say east, this is what the contribution is. Now you say south, this is what the contribution of south is with regards to furniture, office supplies, and so also with west. Okay. So this with regards to stocked column chart. Fine. Now let's go to stack bar chart. So what we do is we just flip, as I told you, right? And instead of categories, what we'll do is we'll just put subcategories. Fine. Let's remove categories. Got it? Okay. Okay. Now let's maybe arrange this into descending order of sales. Now you see, when I say central, when I press central, you will see the contribution of central region, to all the sales, and so also with east, and so also south as well as west. So this is how you come across column chart as well as stacked bar chart. Fine. Now let's come to one of the most interesting things called pie chart. Fine. So pie chart is used where when the divisions are 5 or less than 5. Fine. Now I'm going to show you how Tableau can be suggestive. In case you are just racking your head with regards to what charts to use and what are the things to consider. So Tableau is self-suggestive. So just go to show me. Right? So there's a show me here. Okay, some associations. Yeah. What to do is go to show me here. So here it says what are the different kinds of the tables that are available for creation. Fine. So what you do is for pie chart, right? So what you do is you just say select region and sum of sales. That would do. 1 second. Okay. Region and sum of sales. Right? So the moment I click, see what I'm basically doing in the columns is that I'm holding on region and pressing control click. Where's region? Yes. I'm holding on region, pressing control click. Fine. So the moment I press region, you see here, it is suggesting, okay, you can try for tables. And the moment I hold region and press control click and press sales as well, now it is suggesting, see, what are the charts that I can prepare. So what I'm basically doing is I'm just selecting this pie chart. Fine. So once this pie chart comes here, it is suggestive. What I'll do is I'll just say entire view. Fine. I'm not. I'll just enlarge the size of it. Yeah, this looks good. Fine. Now what I'm basically doing is so this is the pie chart, and the sum of sales divided by all regions. So if I just hover my mouse here, what it says is a central region sales is 5,01,240, east 6,78,000, south 3,91,000, and west 7,25,000. Now I do not have all the time, right? To keep hovering my mouse every time. So what I do again, I just repeat what I did before, is that I'll take region and I'll put it on labels. Fine. So now it gives me an understanding. Okay, central. This is central, east, south, and west. Now again, I take sales and again put it on labels. Now what it gives me the absolute sales figures, right? What I do is that now when I say sales, I want the total percentage of sales, right, rather than the sales itself. So what I do is, so when I say west, so what is the contribution of west, to the entire pie? So what I do then is I just go and I just click percentage of total. You see that that's become 31.58%. Fine. Now I just like this and put format, right, and say fields percentage sum of total sales. Yes. Yes. Fine. So 31.58%. Now let's say now I know what is the percentage of this in the overall pie. Now I want to look at what is the percent. I want to get the sales also. Right now again, what I do is I just simply go to sales, take sales, labels. Now what all is giving? It is giving me the region. It is giving the percentage of what is the percentage of west in the total pie, as well as its absolute sales figure. Got it? So that is what we also want to arrive at. Right? Yes. Now, if you have noticed, right, all the 4 to 5 charts that I have created till now, there is no coding. There is no coding anymore, isn't it? So it is all click, 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 and click. That's it. So that's what actually makes Tableau very handy, to work. And people like me, who do not have a coding background, it's such a blessing. Let me tell you. Okay, because I am from a completely non-programming or coding background, and I was just looking, when I wanted to propel my career, I was just looking, is there something that I can lay my hands on because I have coding or programming? And that's when Tableau and Power BI, both these two visualization tools actually came to my rescue. And trust me, right? So here the market is just picking up, with regards to both of these tools. And if you can just familiarize yourself and lay your hands, you'll go a long way. Because at least for the next 15 to 20 years, right? At least with regards to skills, you can be secure. Fine. Now, that being said, now let's just come to fill map. Okay. So what is this fill map? These are used for representing geographical data sets and shading color for countries or states. Now let's see, how we go about doing this. Fine. Let's take state and let's take profits. Say the moment I selected state and profit, see what are you suggesting? Right, in the show me category, it seems I can do this, all these things I can. Fine. Okay. I can do. Yes. Now what I do is immediately when I just selected it, okay, let me do that again. Control Z. I just wanted to get factor in between. Now I just want to take the states and put on labels. Yeah, I'm putting it on labels to identify which geographical area is the state. So now I want the name of all the states, isn't it? Now let me take profit, right, and put it again on labels. I'm getting the profit against this. Now what I'll do now is now you are getting an idea, right? If you have to just see here, it is a graded color, right? So now you know all the states here in America and what is the profit. So if you see all the orange color is all negative, right? So that is all these are in losses, orange. And slightly, if you see the gradient is going from orange to dark blue, and say New York is highly profitable. You see $74,039, and so similarly, right? All these things. So this way, what you can do is whenever your manager, whoever is stakeholder they ask, so what can I make out of this? Is instead of putting on Excel PT or not, you just drag and drop and say these are all the steps. So they, by just having one look at it, they're able to understand what it is. Okay. Now similarly, now let's we are hard for time. I'll just make it Okay, so this is with regards to geography, math. Now let's move on to text table. Fine. Yeah, now just look at text table. So text table is very simple. You just drag and drop the region as well as subcategory. That okay? Yeah. So similarly, the text table how it's going to work. A region, and here you just keep subcategory, right? And let me do that once more. Region and subcategory. Now you get sales. Fine. So now if you see here, we just have subcategories and we just have in a data form itself, what all are the sales figures. Now say you just, instead of sum of sales, you want to understand what is the average sales. Fine. So what you do is you just have this drop down button. Fine. And when you have this drop down button, what you do is, yeah, you have quick table calculation. So what you do is you have different ways. Yeah, measure, sorry. There are different ways which you can do. So now with sum, I just do this, becomes average. You see the figures change, right? Yeah, see. Fine. Okay. And now say I just want a different measure, say count. It just gives a count, right? A maximum in that particular region. It gives a maximum sales in that particular region. Okay. So on and so forth. Right. So this is with regards to the text table. Fine. And now let's go on with regards to line chart. So line chart, what happens is it's just giving you, it just shows you the trend, right, over a period of time. What is the trend? How does the trend look like? Okay, now let's take two things with regards to just order date and sum of sales. Fine. So I just take order date. Is that again? See, again, this is suggestive. You just take order date and say some sales. It gives you different lines or charts that is fast recommended. Fine. Yes. Yeah. So this is the line chart. If you see now, just take sales and put there. You see that? That's what it shows. Now, what I can do now is, now I have the sales figure and I have the year in which it is being spent. What I do next is I want to know what are the regions, right? So when I take region and just put on color, now you see. Now just let me remove the sum of sales. Now this is what the region looks. Now like I say central, right? This is central. Then again east. This is what east comprises of. So within the sales cell, how it is distributed with regards to the line chart. Fine. Then again you have so this is one single line chart. Then again this you have say suppose again same sales and profit, right? What is the so here we have only one dimension, right? Only sales figure. We never had profit. Now again here if you want to keep profit also, here this is primary axis, this is secondary axis. So you can actually shift both to primary axis and secondary axis. Now here comes the interesting part for dual axis. Okay, now let's try this dual axis. Now let's take subcategory and keep it in columns. Fine. Now and take sales and keep it in rows. Fine. Now you get all this. And now let's take profit also and keep it in rows. Got it? Fine. Now what you do is, now we're comparing two things in subcategory, which is sales and profit. Now what you do is go to profit, come down, and pick table. Yeah, you just say dual axis. Fine. It's dual axis, and go to sales and just go to sales here, and instead of automatic, keep it bar or column, and go to sum of profit, and instead of automatic, keep it circle. Now if you see here, the orange actually represents the sales. This orange actually represents the sales. Okay, which is from left to right. You see here, left to right, and the blue actually represents profit from right side numbers. Right? Now I want to show you. Manager asks, so can you just show me the sales vis-a-vis profit? I want to see which all subcategories are profitable and which all are not. Now there are two things that you can do. So if you're going by sales, you can just click on sales here, right? And now this is in descending order. You see, so the highest contributor to sales is phones, and then chairs, etc. And again here also this is ascending order of sales. Okay, the least contributor is fasteners, and then labels, and then envelopes, and so on. Now this is something that we have done before, isn't it? Now say that boss asks, or your stakeholders ask, I don't want via sales, I want by profit. What you can do then is go here. So this is the secondary axis. Just click on profit, fine, and say ascending. Descending as of profit. Now you see so here all the profit is in descending. Now you see that tablets are absolutely loss making, right? Now here the most profitable ones are copiers, and then followed by phones, and then followed by accessories, and then paper, binders, chairs, and so on. So by this way, what we can do is every time, right? So these are different ways and means through which you can mix and match, and based on the requirements of your stakeholders or your managers or anyone. This is how you play with data. And if you have noticed, in all the examples that I've gave, of course, in the interest of time, I skip